Hey, you guys, this is Shanita. Thank you so much for clicking on. This is one of my YouTube podcasts. I was doing some research yesterday on an ingredient, an oil actually, that I was wondering about, and I got into some very interesting information about it that I didn't know. And so I decided to come on and record this podcast so that maybe some of you would be interested in some of the information as well. And so I'm going to talk to you a little bit about Babassu oil. This may be a good video for you to, walk around and do errands or cook or do whatever it is that you need to do, since you don't have to really look at the screen to pay attention. But I thought this was some great information, and so I wanted to share it with you all, and maybe one of you will find it helpful. So you know that there are so many oils out there that we use in our natural hair and in our skincare, body care, period. Babassu oil is just another one of those that has been really, really trendy the last few years. And so I decided to look up some of the information about it and wanted to share with you what I learned. We know that Babassu oil is used in a lot of our conditioners, whether they are ones that we bought retail or even some that you may be, if you are DIY, may have added to yourself. There are so many oils on the market, and so it's so hard to know which ones to choose to use in what place in your hair regimen. And so, of course, it's a good idea to experiment because everybody is different, but there are some features you can get from some oils that you can't get from others. And so I wanted to let you know what I found out about the Babassu oil that maybe you didn't know. So first of all, Babassu oil comes from the seeds of the Babassu palm tree. It is a tree that comes from the South American rainforest. And so the seeds are sent to Brazil. They are sourced there and then sent on to countries like the United States to make the oil via the expeller pressed method, which is how you want to use all of your oils, either expeller pressed or cold pressed. When you buy oils, make sure that they say one or the other. Babassu oil can be used in deep conditioning treatments, as we know. The first one that pops to mind is the Miel Babassu Moisture Protein Deep Treatment Mask that we're all so crazy about, and be used as a hot oil treatment. And so you can take 6 tablespoons of Babassu oil and heat it, preferably not in the microwave. If you can maybe sit it in a hot bath and warm it just a bit, put it into your hair, cover it with plastic cap and let it sit for at least 20 minutes. That would be a good way for your hair to just immediately soak in some of the nutrients from the oil. And of course, it can be used as a natural hair protectant, right? So you can coat your strands with it, and it is going to give a lightweight layer over your hair that's going to protect it against friction and wind and sun. And of course, it is going to help to seal moisture in, as does all oil. Once you put the moisture inside, you want to seal it off with a nice oil, preferably a lightweight one. That is what I love about the Babassu oil. It is very, very lightweight. It is yellow. It's a multi-purpose oil. It is edible if you know how to use it into your foods. So it can be used in skin treatments. It has tons of anti-inflammatory properties. So if you are suffering with skin conditions like eczema or even scars, it is very good for that. It does not clog pores. So if you are acneic, you don't have to worry about it clogging your pores. It is just gives your hair a lot of shine, of course, and it promotes health and also increases the elasticity in your hair. It is used in a lot of soaps and body care items, and it is also one of those oils. If you don't have it, it stays in the solid state once it gets below a certain temperature, very similar to coconut oil. You know how it solidifies at a certain temperature. Babassu oil is also one that will do that. And so for that reason, it is a very, very good oil to use if you are a DIYer, to use in soaps and other recipes like that. So it is also known to promote a healthy scalp. Babassu oil really, really moisturizes the scalp, and they claim it helps to reduce shedding. And so if you use it on your scalp, whether you do that while you're pre-pooing or even if you decide to do it after you've washed your hair, it is so lightweight, it will absorb straight into your scalp, so you don't have to worry about it being too heavy. And you can leave it in. It's not one of those that you feel like you have to rinse out. It has tons of fatty acids, and a lot of those, the lauric, linoleic, myristic acids, are so good for the anti-inflammatory properties of the scalp. And it also lubricates the hair. So once you coat it onto your hair, it lubricates your coils and kinks so that it slides apart so easily. So it is going to give your products a lot more slip. I've heard people use the name Babassu butter. If you ever hear that, know that that is the same exact thing as the Babassu oil. Some people like to use the term butter because, again, when it solidifies at below 76 degrees, then they just use the term butter. But it is the same thing as the oil. It is an excellent oil for, again, your scalp. It does prevent fungus and bacteria and viruses from growing on the scalp because it has so many anti-inflammatory and antibacterial, antiviral properties that you can use this without worrying about if it is going to cause you more problems. It is also been used on dry, itchy scalps. If you have never tried it in that way, because again of the vitamins that are in the oil, there are some things your scalp needs that maybe it's not getting from internally or from the products that you are using or some of the other oils. Babassu oil is a great one to use for that. Babassu oil, of course, can be bought on Amazon. You can find it in health food stores. I can't find it in any of my stores locally, but Amazon is a good source, of course. You can always find different vendors who sell it on there. So know that Babassu oil does not have any protein. It has different fats, saturated, polyunsaturated, and monounsaturated, but none of these fats make the oil be comprised of protein. So you're not going to find that is an issue if you're protein sensitive. Okay, you guys, that is it. That is all I wanted to share, I believe. I've talked about the consistency, the smell, the uses, some of the benefits. I think that's going to be it. If you have any further questions, then feel free to drop down below and let me know what those are. If you have an experience with Babassu oil, please share with us how you use it. Please know that each head, each body is different, so always test patch oils and different ingredients when you buy them separately to try before you completely indulge in the oil. And I think that's it, you guys. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your time and your attention as always. And please be sure to share this video with anyone you think it may be helpful. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.